Alrighty, ladies and gents, we're back. Another Saturday of Premier League action. Cannot wait for this one. Palace in search for a potential Conference League position. Man City desperately trying to get back in the top 5 in Champions League football. We're due for a big one. I think Man City at home haven't been the most solid this season. Let's say that the nicest way possible. Just checking that's all good. We're all good on there. Yeah, so we're due for a massive one. Palace, a team I follow week in, week out. Love watching them play. Love what Oliver Glasner's done with this side, and they've become a juggernaut away from home in recent weeks, winning a lot of big games for them and winning it comfortably, clean sheet after clean sheet. The one blip coming a few weeks back versus Southampton, which was strange to see them drop a game like that, and drop a major 2 points in their race for the top 10, which seems ridiculous, but we're looking right now on track for at least 9 positions in the Premier League for European football. Man City sitting 6th currently, needing that top 5 position, desperately needing that top 5 position if they want to qualify for Champions League football, but that means we're in for a good one. Both teams battling for something this time of the year. It's unfortunate that most games seen was like dead rubbers or one-way traffic. One team competing, one team not. Or both teams not competing for something. So could we have something to get excited about in this game here? City making some rotations. In comes Nico Gonzalez, James McAtee as well for his first ever Premier League start. Umar Marmoush is listed as a centre striker, but we might see a case of Kevin De Bruyne in the false 9 position in this game here. For Palace, it's the normal lineup. However, Chris Richards back from injury to replace the suspended Mark Gahey. That means Dean Henderson is captaining the side today in goal. Let me know your score prediction in the comment section down below, ladies and gents. Love to hear how you guys see this one playing out. Make sure everything's functioning in all levels with the stream. But I think we are in for a big one in this one here, so always keen nonetheless. The early kickoff always tosses up some curveballs nonetheless, and we might be in for one here. These two sides, just going to quickly centre that camera off and I'm ready to go. All right, not too long away now, 3 minutes or so to get kicked off for this weekend's Premier League action. All right, we're all good. Interesting matchups all over the park. Be an interesting battle between Eberechi, Eze or Eza. I've had a few comments about that on one of the recent TikToks I uploaded. Apparently it's not Eza. But I'll probably forget that middle of this game and start calling him Eza again. Apparently it's Eze. There comes a lineup on screen. Rico Lewis continues at right back and Nico O'Reilly at left back. One of the bright sparks, Nico O'Reilly, in that Manchester derby, which was all in all one of the most dead Manchester derbies I've ever seen. So they've got listed in this screen now as a 4-3-3 with De Bruyne at the false 9. Gonzalez, Gundogan and Kovacic is a very, very robust midfield 3. Something you don't often see with Man City. Normally it's a solo holder, but with them desperate for results, they've gone to that side. So no Bernardo Silva, no Jeremy Doku, no Jack Grealish, no Savinho, no Mateus Nunes, no Oscar Bob, no Kusanov, Ortega are all on the bench. It's probably a starting 11 of bench players in this one. So that shows you the depth of this side. There's Palace line. So yeah, the one change being at centre-half. Chris Richards returns from injury, timely considering Mark Gahey's suspension alongside Maxence Lacroix. And Jefferson Lerma had a good shift at centre-half versus Brighton. Midfield, Still going with Dachi Kamada, which I'm disappointed in. Would have wanted Wharton and Hughes in this game here, but they've gone with Wharton-Kamada combination. The two wing-backs have been fantastic this season. Ismail Lassar and Ebereche Eze supporting Jean-Philippe Mateta up top. One of the most dangerous front threes right now in the Premier League. These guys are on fire. Joe Ward, Mateus França, Nathaniel Campbell, Hughes, Ben Chilwell, Devaney, all key figures that could feature from the bench. There's Mateta in that new helmet he's got following that massive clash in the FA Cup. Round of 16 time at quarter-final time. Massive game for these Palace side and these Palace fans. They can sniff European football if they're as consistent as they've been throughout the last month or so. And to be honest, their away form has been the turnaround come the new year. Oliver Glasner, Pep Guardiola. Two of the best coaches in the league right now, undoubtedly. Jared Gillett is the man with the whistle today. And I believe it's the first weekend we get semi-automated offside checks. So hopefully quicker turnaround between VAR and the recommencing of play. Henderson take the armband today for Palace, but looks like it's Munoz making that pre-game pump-up speech. City look ready to kick us off here. Ilkay Gundogan in the centre of the park, and we are ready for match day 32 from the Premier League. It's Manchester City hosting Crystal Palace. Take the knee before this one gets kicked off. And we are underway from the Etihad. City in their traditional sky blue, kicking from left to right. Palace in their changed yellow strip from right to left. Champions League beckons for City. Europe potentially on the horizon if Palace continue their meteoric rise up the Premier League. It's a lot of storylines in this game here. A lot to play for between these two great clubs. An absolutely beautiful Manchester lunchtime. Bright start here with Kevin De Bruyne. There's the ball in. Oh, and just over the head of Nico O'Reilly. That would have been a rapid start for Man City with James McAteer getting involved very early. A heavy start for Crystal Palace. City got down their right-hand side with ease, and Kevin De Bruyne a little bit of a hole. That's dangerous. Josko Vardiol playing at centre-half. Back where he traditionally started his career. Check the prediction video out. I did go with Man City nicking it. Nicking at the keyword. 2-1. I think it's going to be a tight game, this one here. But I wouldn't be surprised if Palace get a win here on the road. They've been fantastic defensively, and I want to keep that up in this game here versus a strikerless Man City, or a fluid front line for Man City. There's McAteer again on the ball. Pep mentioning in the pre-game press conference he's been tempted to play him across the last few games, finally choosing to go in from the start in this one here. So here comes the experience. Ilkay Gundogan rolling that ball into Omar Marmoush. Egyptian being in fine form, one of the few players across the last month who's been a consistent contributor for the citizens. Yet again, the focal figure. What we're doing here. Let's have a close up on the linesman. There we go, that's something new. Their job might be irrelevant in this one. As I said, I'm pretty sure it's the debut of the semi-automated offside this weekend. The Premier League, which works so well in your way for competitions. That's the balance of this game here. We'll get into the pleasantries at the start here. It's Crystal Palace with their counter-attacking style, their willingness to sit in and commit Tyke Mitchell, like we've seen on screen there, and Munoz to go up and support Mateta up top. But they want to sit basically with 10 behind the ball most this time. Here is Munoz. Mateta's head. He flicks that wide of the target. That's what Palace will do, as we've just seen on screen. Sit in and absorb some pressure. When they get the chance, go quickly. Go direct. As Munoz ball towards Mateta, we can expect that combination a few more times before this game is up. Both teams are having a sighting of goal early on here. Expect this for Man City, like we're seeing on screen. Edison taking his sweet ass time playing out from the back. And City playing with the ball. Palace are going to nick it back. And Gonzalez done well. Back into the side in this one here. Wriggles away from that Munoz challenge. Lacroix can clear that ball only as far as Josko Vardiol. There's Mateo Kovacic now away from one challenge. Ingo Riley looking for McAtee. Palace, look at this, Mateta back on the edge of his own area. Every man behind the ball right now. Already that Palace line getting deeper and deeper. There's Kevin De Bruyne, who's one of his final games in front of these Manchester City fans. That's a great little ball. McAtee in behind, and that's a tame finish. Looks like no flag as well. It's a brilliant pass by Mateo Kovacic in the end, and he is onside. Chris Richards playing everyone on with his lax positioning. Has to be better than that. I think you'd go laces rather than inside of the foot, but the place finish just putting it straight into the lap of a very grateful Dean Henderson there. Ilkay Gundogan now. Marmouche, he's in that left-hand side, away from one challenge and the next. Just ran out of green grass to run into. Very bright start from the citizens in that left-hand channel. Away from the Munoz challenge, away from the Chris Richards challenge. Just this next touch here. Not enough to keep that ball in play. Riley there to meet that one as well. What a size as well. Nico Riley. Really is the modern fullback. A lot of him. Strong in the air. Very capable in possession as well, which makes him the complete Pep Guardiola type player. We've seen what Josko Vardiol's done this season as a fullback and across the end of last season as well. Always changing the mould. What it means to be a player in position. City in a bit of trouble here playing out from the back, and it would have been a throw off Tyke Mitchell there. And it's another one that, does he stay next season? Or is he off as well? There's rumours of a lot of them going. Touched on that in our Nottingham Forest Man City live watch along a few weeks back, but we could be seeing a lot of last for some of these players in and around this 11. Does Jack Grealish want to stay another season and struggle like he has? Has he won consistent game time? Does Edison stay? Is he wanted? John Stones and his injury problems, is he going to stay any longer? Obviously, the rumours about Bernardo Silva, it looks like he wants to stay, but is he wanted? Is another question. So, a lot of up nexts or new comings for this Man City side as we see the next generation at this front line, realistically, with McAtee, Marmouche involved. Look at Palace playing out from the back here now. Eberechi Eze. Away from the Kovacic challenge. Such a smooth operator. Gliding across the green grass. Palace doing well just to maintain possession, take a bit of the sting out of Man City's build-up play. This will be key for them, this one here, to just repel consistent Man City attack. There's a great little slip ball in for Ismail Assar. Eze's in the box and it's 1-0. And it's going to count And Eberechi has done it again. We'll have a look. But as it stands, Palace 1-0. And what's a fluid move from those Eagles. Glasner's glorious Eagle strike again. And of course, it's Eberechi Eze. What a move. Ismail Hassan Eze again at the races. That dynamic duo right now is unstoppable. It all started to pass out from the back. They played it out of the back. Ismail Hassan looks like he's kept onside. And that ball's gone back to Eberechi. That's a 1-0. No doubt at all. What a flowing move from Palace. 20, 30 balls and passes in a row. Untroubled by the City press. And they worked that forward like a prime Man City 2 years ago. And Eze can just tap that ball home from 2 yards out. And those Eagles, well, aren't they flying in 2025? Palace 1 to the good. Pep, well, he's flustered and he's under pressure now. How can those citizens respond? It's Palace 1-0 in the opening 10 minutes. That's a throw one off Nico O'Reilly. What a start from Palace. This is what they do, though. Unfazed by the ground, unfazed by the situation. Away from home, at home. They play with confidence. They don't play with fear. And I reckon that was a 20, 30 pass build-up. Playing out from the back, play through the City press. When they saw the moment, they took it. Munoz slipping in Ismail Assar, and then the space and time he had, it was always going to pick out his partner in crime, and Eberechi Eze. That back pass worrying as well. In the opening 10 minutes, we have Palace 1-0, and that's exactly what they want. They'll sit in now. They'll absorb the pressure. There'll be no rush to get in the front foot yet again. All on City now. Here's Nico and Riley. Has to go back to Josko Vardiol. What a start from the citizens. Oh, citizens. For Palace. All the noise coming from that away end. They're in dreamland right now, those Palace fans. That Fulham FA Cup tie dominant. Beating your rivals in Brighton last week and now going to the Etihad and taking a 1-0 lead in the opening 10 minutes. Lerma wins that one. Eze away from one challenge, not the next, but Daiji Kamada Eze to win that 50-50. They're relentless, Palace. Here's Mitchell. Going back to Jefferson Lerma now. It's come off the foot of Rico Lewis. He's worse for wear with that challenge. See what Palace are all about. It's not going to be a reaction video tomorrow morning because this has been so far so good for them, and this is what we expect from Palace. Another ball for Munoz to find Ismail Assar. Oh, it was almost a repeat of that first goal. If it wasn't for the outstretched challenge of Josko Vardiol to the rescue once again for Man City. Too easy though for Ismail Assar to get down that right-hand channel. O'Reilly needs to be a bit more switched on because he's working that little half space, that little channel pocket down that right-hand side there and having success at will at the moment. I'll say it again, Munoz has been one of the most underrated players this Premier League season. Playing in that right wing-back position, Olaine has had a lot of props and praise. I've seen all about Trent Alexander-Arnold, but he has been fabulous this season for Crystal Palace. Eze. Great little chip ball into Ismail Assar. He can turn away from the first challenge and feed in Tyrick Mitchell. It's Mateta in the box. Ruben Diaz gets the important touch to get away. That clearance is straight into the feet of Kevin De Bruyne. Marmoush running clear. Marmoush to on goal. It's over Marmoush, and what a save by Henderson. The follow-up. Oh, it's deflected wide by Kevin De Bruyne. Marmoush wants the penalty. Pep is incensed here. What a clearance from Rico Lewis. Straight into the feet of Kevin De Bruyne. And this is what I talked about with City. You have to play to Marmoush's strength. De Bruyne into Marmoush. And Marmoush looks like he's pulled. Oh, is he pulled down? Oh, it's not much contact. It's not enough to go down. It's a little touch on the arm. Pep thinks it's a shirt, but there's no contact with the shirt. I don't think they'll be overturned. VR's cleared it. Not enough contact to go down from Omar Marmoush, but that's your first warning shot for Crystal Palace. The pace of Omar Marmoush is blistering. It's relentless. It's unstoppable at times. Kevin De Bruyne linking up with him like we've seen him do so many times with Haaland. Even the likes of Raheem Sterling and Aguero. De Bruyne's corner. Straight into the hands of Henderson. He had to make a fantastic save initially. Can't deny that from Dean Henderson. Stood up tall. Made that important save. So now Omar Marmoush. You see him here. Richards looks to grab the arm. There is a pull in the arm, but it's not enough to go down. But does put off the finish though. That's why Marmoush's efforts straight at the England goalkeeper. Palace again looking to play out from the back. Maxence Lacroix finding Dachi Kamada on this far left-hand side. Adam Morton, Eze. Back to Dean Henderson. They are very cool on it right now. Richards into the feet of Ismail Assar. He's dropped in to receive this one. And trying to turn away from Nico Gonzalez. Not very happy with the challenge on him either. Stands at the quarter hour mark. It's Palace 1-0. I'll tell you what, they probably played a bit of football. City had that chance just then, but outside of that, not much to speak about. And outside of that poor pass for Kamada, they've been very slick in possession, Man City. Crystal Palace. Kamada then fouls. Mateo Kovacic. Up into a little hole and finding Kevin De Bruyne. Now it's about to throw O'Reilly. Little give and go with Marmoush. O'Reilly stands that ball up. Oh, McAtee was there coming in late at the back post. Wharton clears. Eze picks that ball up. Turns away from Lewis too easily. Palace out to play out again. Henderson. If they weren't wearing yellow, you'd think it'd be Man City in possession right now, the way they're playing out. A direct ball into Eze's touch got away from him. Commander in well. Now with Gonzalez. Good to see him back in the starting 11. A bright future for the kid. Man City, feel like he's heir to the throne of Rodri. Now Ruben Diaz. Great slipped in ball to find Kovacic. His pass broken up by Maxence Lacroix. He heads away again. Brick wall right now, Maxence Lacroix has been everywhere in recent weeks. Been central to Crystal Palace's great defensive run. Home and abroad. Now Ruben Diaz. City probing. Palace stubborn in defence. That crossball here from Guardiola's poor. Broken up by Tyrick Mitchell. Now Palace on the break. This is where they're most dangerous. Mateta stepped over it all. Ismail Assar almost slipped it through. If it wasn't for Josko Gvardiol making that challenge. So dangerous. Give me one pass and Man City are exposed. Such are the things of this season, Man City. So easily they're exposed in transition because of the way they give the ball away too much. Need to be careful in this game, Palace. I don't make a mistake that leads to 2-0 because 1-0, the game's in the balance, it feels like, with how much the ball Man City will have. But 2-0, Palace in full control then. De Bruyne's pass. Lewis chases that down. Win himself a foul. Brighton over this one. Boy, the City needs some De Bruyne heritage in this game here. What can he produce in this free kick? It's a great whipped in ball. Over everyone though, and away by Chris Richards. Now with Marmouche. Away by Lacroix. Look like Gundogan. Looking to feed in Marmouche, but that's a important interception by Jefferson Lerma. Palace will just get rid of the moment. See, they've got them pinned in. See that by the start. 60% possession now for Man City. They'll continue to turn the cogs and increase the pressure on this Palace backline who have stood strong in recent weeks. They've probably come up against Palace at the wrong time, Man City. Especially if you concede first. De Bruyne's ball in. Lacroix just gets rid. And in the end, it lands at the feet of Jefferson Lerma. And Tyrick Mitchell hoiks into that Manchester midday sunny sky. Now Ben Ruben Diaz. Who's going to break apart this stubborn back line of Crystal Palace? That's a great ball. Gundogan turning. Turning into trouble, and that's a foul by Kovacic and Daichi Kamada. Doing their job at the moment, Crystal Palace. Henderson searching long. Can they catch out this Man City backline? Munoz doing well, winning that ball and that 50-50 versus O'Reilly, winning a corner. Fantastic work from the Colombian fullback. I'll tell you what, they'll take him. I think Haaland on screen. Man, he can constantly make a difference in a game. He's that sort of player. Warren's ball. It's hit it in! It's Chris Richards! And it's 2-0. The big centre half back in their side and back with a bang. It's double trouble for Man City now. And that is one hell of a header. And it's a dream start for the Eagles. And they've grounded the Citizens at the Etihad. I thought it was a poor corner. Edison gets caught nowhere. He doesn't know what to do. And Chris Richards from basically 2 yards out heads that ball home. Edison nowhere. I tell you what, where Palace are, they're dreamland. Like a salmon out of water, fish out of water, rising high as Chris Richards. And Edison, I mean, a lot of questions posed to him. What was he doing there? But I tell you what, Palace won't be arguing one bit. They're soaring in this game here. And City, well, their problems are compounded. 2 to the good now, Crystal Palace inside 22 minutes. It's brilliant. 2 attempts, 2 on target and 2 goals. And that's why they're one of the best away teams in the land. Clinical, precise, and so dangerous. The best set-piece team in the country strike again as well. Godly Glasner. That's what it feels like right now. This turnaround's fabulous. And Europe is well and truly in their reach now. Especially the way that Brighton and Bournemouth are so inconsistent. Could be that London club that make it there. And the way they're playing football right now. One touch stuff into the feet of Adam Wharton. He looks and finds just in a midfield partner in Kamada. That's handball against the English midfielder. A little bit too much. Here comes City instantly. It's Kevin De Bruyne. Blocked by Mitchell. De Bruyne again. Oh, it's off the post. And the follow-up's wide. And that's a foul by McAtee. Oh, chaos for a moment at the back from Crystal Palace. And De Bruyne almost picked his spot. And it's come straight back off the woodwork. And once this does it, I thought Gundogan, he gets there ahead of Chris Richards. But then can't really direct it onto goal. De Bruyne trying to pump up that Etihad crowd. They're woken from their slumber. Mateta winning that header. Kamada. Into the feet of big John Philippe. Rico Lewis gets us started again. City have another shock result in them. Oh, it's a great challenge from Lerma again. He's been everywhere so far. I think he's helped this ball-playing system they want to play in this game. As a central midfielder at... And he's natural. Here comes Malasar now. Another counter-attack goal, potentially. Munoz with a lot to do. Gets ahead of O'Reilly. Backheel pass. Oh, and O'Reilly just pirouetting out of trouble. Very ballsy from the youngster. But it works. And City will look to play out. Edison needs to make up for his blunder just a few minutes ago. Here comes Lewis. It's sprung to life, this Etihad crowd. They need their side to bounce back. That pass, poor though. Look at this from Nico O'Reilly. How do you do? A little pirouette out of your own box. Keep saying that it is a different generation of footballers now. Massive fullback with sport playing ability and skills like that. Something special. Here's Eberechi Eze. Great turn from Wharton. Gotten used to that, and what a ping to find Munoz. Palace on the break again. Great slipped in ball for Daichi Kamada. Pull back to Ismail Assar. Oh, he's missed the target. That's a massive chance for Crystal Palace. What a movement, though. Oh, it's fluid football right now. He's just not got over it yet. You have to get over that if you're Ismail Assar. Glasner, hands on head, and same as Ismail Assar. That's a massive chance missed. 3 to the good within 30 minutes. That would be one of these shock results. They're having their way on the right-hand side. It's a poor giveaway from Gundogan, but he wins the ball back. Looks it up. Kevin De Bruyne. Rico Lewis, gives that one away. Now Palace come again with Tariq Mitchell. Another poor delivery from the wing-back. Has to get that much more accurate. Palace can get the numbers forward now. Can City hit back on their own counter-attack? Rico Lewis. James McAtee. Hadn't seen much of it since the early moments. Maxence Lacroix again. As he always does, sweeping up defensively. Henderson finding the Colombian Munoz. Honestly, you would not be surprised if it was an Arsenal, a City, or a Liverpool with the way this Palace side are playing out from the back. Here's Ismail Assar with a paddock to his own in the centre of the park. Mateta, his drop off. Just wide of Ismail Assar, and they missed an opportunity there, Crystal Palace. Let's go Vardiol. City have the ability though. We just saw Kevin De Bruyne hit the upright. They'll keep probing. They'll keep pressurising this Palace side and look to try and make an in-way. But if they keep giving away like that, they're never going to do that. Munoz wins it and can drive forward and find Eberechi Eze. It's Eze! It's 3! Oh, it's offside. Oh. I don't think it is. The linesman's hold his flag up. Eze doesn't believe so. I thought it was in. We're going to have a look at this. What's a win by Munoz high at the pitch? Oh, I think he is offside. It's marginal, but he has gone early. What's a ball from Munoz to find him. And the finish is superb, but he's just made that one a little bit too early, a fraction early. What's a finish, though? Semi-automated offside will do its thing. Glasner doesn't believe so. Eze doesn't believe so. Offside confirmed. Massive opportunity missed for Palace. A massive little for City. Another giveaway. Lever winning that battle. De Bruyne taking that, giving to Rico Lewis, but I tell you what, he's De Bruyne, it is Gundogan, it is Kovacic. They have to stand up here. There's some youngsters out there that might not have the resolve or the belief like these elder statesmen do. Vardiol's ball straight into Henderson's hands, and I tell you what right now, wasteful, poor in the build-up in many regards. Once they get in around the box, they're looking good, Man City, but it's the initial build-up and the poor giveaways that are giving Palace what they want. They want the break, they want turnover, and City are giving them that. That ball stayed in. Munoz does well initially, but O'Reilly back to win that ball. Vardy away from the first challenge. Into the feet of Omar Marmoush, and so far their best chances come through Omar Marmoush getting in behind, using his pace. I keep saying it. A little more pace injection to their play, a bit more direct. Things might happen for the City side, but as it stands, it's slow, it's sideways, and it's too much giveaway. Palace aren't particularly playing a deep line at the moment as well. They've got a higher line. They've grown in confidence in this game here, and why wouldn't they? The counter press, which they mastered so well last season, is working a treat versus City side. Marmoush spinning away from Richards. Playing that ball inside to Mateo Kovacic. Now Gonzalez. Can he tee up a shot? That's a poor chance from Kamada. That'll be the first yellow card of the game. Not very smart from the Japanese international. Reckless. I'll tell you what, with a certain Kevin De Bruyne on the pitch, this is not the position you want to be giving away a free kick. It'll be Kevin De Bruyne 100% of the chance to take this one here. Eze's been given the rough role of draft excluder at the back of the wall. We've seen some fantastic free kicks this week, I tell you what. 4-man wall, a 2-man City wall in front of that. It's Kevin De Bruyne, and it's in the back of the net. Some KDB magic to potentially breathe life into the City side. And it's their hero, their superstar, to bring them back off the canvas and to breathe life at the Etihad. Henderson wrong-footed. The City 2-man wall doing his job, and it's placed to perfection from KDB. What a free kick on the Belgian maestro, Kevin De Bruyne. He's pumped. And so was the Etihad crowd. That's what they needed, City. A lifeline. And all of a sudden, it's back to being game on. Minutes away, Palace could have been 3-0 up. Now they're only 1 to the good. And you think, what an awful brain fave from Daichi Kamada to give away a foul in that position when you know the skill and quality of Kevin De Bruyne is on the pitch. More great free kick goals this week in April. Here he is again. De Bruyne. Oh, what a challenge to Maxence Lacroix. And the Etihad crowd erupting. Marmouche. Deep ball. Oh, the header for McAtee. And it's just gone wide and Pep scratches his head. They believe again. De Bruyne winning that 50-50. His shot blocked, but so at the second phase here, look at McAtee. He just sort of drops into an area and Kamada leaves him free again. Daichi Kamada letting his team down. This is an important challenge for Maxence Lacroix, who's rolled his ankle. And McAtee is too much. He probably has to hit the target from there. 3 in the box, 6-yard box. He has to hit the target. Massive chance missed, but City, all the momentum in their favour. And this game sparked a lot. 3 goals in 34 minutes. How about this for an early Saturday kickoff? Diaz. Lewis. Tell you what, the Belgian magician, he does it again. He knew he was going to have an impact on the game before this season was up. Is this his game? Is this his moment to turn this around for the City? O'Reilly. Remember, City battling for Champions League position. They can't afford to drop more points. Kovacic. Into O'Reilly now. Big 10 minutes for both these two clubs. A goal for City, you think they're going to half-time with all the belief, all the confidence to come out and win this game. Palace to hold on, important for them. If they can nick a goal against the runner play, that would be massive for them as well. Here's McAtee. Lerma with him step by step. It's De Bruyne in the box. It's Gundogan. He's missed his kick. Marmouche 2-0. 2-2, sorry. Oh, Marmouche has flipped this game on its head. The Egyptian prince. This game is flipped on its head. It's 2 apiece. Those Palace fans in disbelief. Those City fans in ecstasy. They found their way through again. 2 goals and a tries. What a moment. What a build-up from City. Great ball into McAtee, found by Kovacic. It's this cross. And it's the composure from De Bruyne to head the ball back. Gundogan missed his kick, but it was there. It was Marmouche. With a striker's instinct. A forward's mentality. And just follow that ball in to smash it home. And now it's Palace. Hey, look all at sea. He just smacked that ball in the back of the net. And as Pep is pumping up the Etihad crowd. What a game we've been gifted to. He wants those fans louder. 2 goals in just over 3 minutes. What a game we've been gifted to on Saturday. City coming for more. Gundogan. Away from 2. Holding off a third. Gundogan still got it at his feet. It's magical. Now with Kovacic. Can they put another one past Palace for half-time? A tale of 2 halves within the first half. And this crowd demanding more from their side. Egging them on. Marmouche, O'Reilly. Everything's falling City's way now. Ilkay Gundogan. Into the feet of Mateo Kovacic. Now Palace deeper and deeper. They had the line on the halfway line only 5 minutes ago. Now they've got all 10 behind the football. Gundogan. Sitting looking at their incisive best once more. All it took was some Kevin De Bruyne magic and belief restored in this City side. Here's Mateo Kovacic. It was his pass that broke apart that Palace back line for that second goal. De Bruyne. That was Rico Lewis. Kevin De Bruyne central to all things that are happening for Man City right now. It could be again. Oh, looking for Man Utd. Maxence Laqualo back once again. Lewis gives it away. Mitchell just has to get rid. It's come off Rico Lewis, and Mitchell glad to get a throw. 91% possession in the last 10 minutes. That shows the shift in momentum, the shift in this game. Warden hooks that into the Manchester sky. Thick bomb by Ismail Assar. That by Josko Vardiol. Now with Nico Gonzalez. Here's Marmouche. Oh, couldn't get away from Chris Richard. Little nutmeg from Morton. Finding Jean-Philippe Mateta. The Frenchman doing a great job holding the ball up. And Gonzalez is going down holding his head, but he'll be the one to pick up the yellow card. Take a breath, people. What a first half. Interesting strategy from the free kick. Just go long. Trying to catch Edison out. There it was. There's a offside. There's a semi-automated offside as well. 3-0 to 2-2. What a turnaround. We talk about important moments in games of football. In this game here, that was the moment. Hold that run, because that Munoz ball was going to find him no matter what. It was a fabulous ball in behind to find Eberechi Eze on the break. But since then, City haven't been careless with possession. They kept the ball. They've made chances. A poor giveaway and foul by Kamada, gifting De Bruyne that free kick goal. And then the belief was restored, and the build-up to that second goal was just superb. As we see, I'd rather get away from two. Just the whole mood around the stadium shifted. De Bruyne. And you just knew De Bruyne was going to have a say in one of these games to come the end of the season before he left this club. This is absolutely that. He's tried something ridiculous there. A little bit too ridiculous, even for Kevin De Bruyne's standards. Palace are on the canvas right now. They are holding on for the end of the round in boxing terms. 11 attempts to 3. 5 on target for City to 2 for Crystal Palace. They've put their 2 away. One of the best Man City patches of football I've seen in a long time. Probably since February time or something near that time, because they haven't put together an electric 10 to 15 minutes like they've had here for a very long time. That's not to say they can still go and lose this game, because that can absolutely happen, but we haven't seen this type of Man City for a long time. Maybe not at all this season. Being so used to them just flicking a switch and going into 5th or 4th gear straight away, or when they need it. Hasn't happened this season a lot, but in this game here, they absolutely have done that. But again, it took a spark from Kevin De Bruyne. That's lit a fire on this side. Munoz winning that 50-50, but only going as far as Vardiol. Now with Gonzalez. Kovacic. Rico Lewis finding De Bruyne again, ever present. As they're getting away from the challenge and winning the free kick. Kevin De Bruyne in the end. Tell you what, the halftime team talks are much different than were planned probably at the half-hour mark, because this game has flipped on its head. I think Oliver Glasner will be saying to his side, composure. stay calm. Let's not go away from what we did in the opening 30 minutes in this game, which was control the ball when we had the opportunity to, but then look to counter-attack, look to counter-press. It's been the Kamada mistake that's really opened this game up for the Man City comeback, and that's a foul by Mateta. Again, Kamada making another mistake. Wouldn't be surprised if he's dragged a half-time for a more efficient Will Hughes. Hasn't really hit the ground running since joining Crystal Palace, Daichi Kamada. He has moments in games, but not consistent enough for my liking. Whether it be in one of those number 10 spots or as a false 9 or where he is now as the second in a double pivot. De Bruyne again. Couldn't do again, could he? Just before half time. In one of those dangerous spots to dink a ball towards that back post. Tall timber available. With a flat ball in, which is met by Ismail Assar. Look at him chase down that 50-50 and win it. That's what Palace need more of. Lerma. That's a pull back pass that's picked up by Gundogan, but nicked it in by Chris Richards. Marmoush wins a throw of Jefferson Lerma, who's been very good in this first half. You really can't fault the Palace 3 centre-halves in this game here. They've been fantastic at the back. There's been players in front of them letting them down. Richards finding Munoz, but couldn't get away from Nico O'Reilly. We tick into first half stoppages now. Three minutes, I think we're hearing, of added time in this first half. Enough time for another twist in the tail. Enough time for a 5th goal in what has been a blockbuster first half. Palace make the bright start. City bounce back. Big swings of momentum in this game here. I say the first, Chris Richards the second, De Bruyne the third, and then Marmoush the 4th goal. Boy, we've been entertained with some of our live streams this year. We've picked some good games. This one probably one of the best. Here's Ruben Diaz. Now Kevin De Bruyne is just dropping into different spaces and picking the ball up. It's back to Kevin De Bruyne. It's Kevin De Bruyne! Oh! And he blasted it. Blasted it over. Massive moment before half-time. Again, he's playing his own game. Drops the ball off, jumps into a little hole. Little hesitation to get past Maxence Lacroix and Daichi Kamada. Just look at each other, dumbfounded. And in the end, De Bruyne goes with the laces and puts massive amounts of power behind him too much. That one goes over the crossbar. But again, Kevin De Bruyne, silky smooth, back to his best. 2020, 2019 Kevin De Bruyne style. He had the ball roped to his foot. That's a mistake. And Munoz's feet couldn't sort himself out. Kovacic turning away from that Kamada challenge. Into a bit of trouble. Vardiol sorts it out. And here's O'Reilly. In the last 60 seconds of this first half. De Bruyne again. Looking for and finding Marmoush. Again, using that pace in behind. That's going to be the danger. De Bruyne. Great use of the feet. Now Gonzalez. Diaz. Marmoush. What can the Egyptian produce? It's Omar Marmoush. One way then the next. Well sorted out by Adam Wharton. Munoz has run out of grass to run out to. Nothing to go to right now. Palace are penned in. De Bruyne. And that whipped in ball just too much. That should do us for the first half. Pep applauding that. He loves it. Kevin De Bruyne is playing like a man re-energized. He's the player of this first half. And what a first half it was. Eberechi Eze opening the scoring after a fantastic Palace counter move. The cross coming in from Ismail Assar on the right-hand channel. Chris Richards made it 2-0. Edison stuck in his goal line. He headed home from Adam Morton corner. Following that, though, a mistake from Kamada, fouling on the edge of the area. Kevin De Bruyne sloting that ball into the back of the net from the resulting free kick. And then from there, chaos. 2.5 minutes later, Omar Marmoush slotting home from close range. 2-2 in the opening first half. We've had entertainment deluxe. Well, to be excited for come the second half. 4 goals in the first half. What will happen in the next 45? We've got a lot to talk about after the halftime interval. I'll have a short break for the halftime break, 10 to 15 minutes, and I'll be back for the second half action. Boy, we are in for a big game come the second half. It's Man City 2, Crystal Palace 2. All right, ladies and gents, we are back for the second half. Cannot wait for this one. Will Hughes is coming on. Thank God for that, if you're Crystal Palace fans. Assume Daichi Kamada off. Matetsu, I'm hearing. Wow, okay. So Palace are going into the second half looking to keep a clean sheet. That's going to be the plan. They're going to put numbers behind the ball, keep it compact, and that's what they go with. So, interesting. I thought Palace might come out a little bit more aggressive in this second half, but that's the way they look like they're going to go about it. So, Eze and Sa as the two out balls up top. Kamada will play, I guess, ahead of Wharton and Hughes, and then as you were for the rest. Still ball retention, though, with Will Hughes. You'll get that. So they can snap into a challenge as well and break the game up in midfield. I tell you what a first half we're gifted to. Palace played their way in the first half. Great build-up for the first. Traditional Palace move in that regard. Second goal was fantastically created. Cross into the box. In the end, I looked at it back. They boxed in Edison quite well. Should come out and collect, but, you know, that's a separate story. And Man City's response, it was going to happen at some point. I think we all knew that. But the way they did it, it felt like Man City of old. I've looked on social media, everyone's, Unk still got us off of that. It was a classic Kevin De Bruyne second half performance. second half of the first half performance. Free kick, superb. Henderson, again, could do better, but I understand why he gets wrong-footed. It's that Man City two-man wall that blocks his vision. Great finish. And the second goal, again, maybe a little bit lax from the two centre-halves, but the follow-up, you can't talk much about that. It was Omar Marmoush who had that striker's instinct to get in there and get that finish. But I think it'll be more like what we saw at the end of the first half, which is Man City on the ball for large periods of time. And I think Palace will be chasing. Great ball in. O'Reilly. Great cutback. It's De Bruyne. And Mateo Kovacic. It's 3-2. And City flying at the blocks. It's a blistering start from the Citizens in the second half. And the turnaround's complete. And once more, Kevin De Bruyne are involved. And Oliver Glasner fuming when it's coolly taken from Kovacic. And that's City incision once again. Gundogan slipping in, O'Reilly. Looks to be onside. Great cutback to find De Bruyne. He takes his time with it. Rolls it into Kovacic, and we've seen him do that so many times before. Rocket it into the bottom corner. Keeper got nothing to do about it. Palace at sea. The Eagles been grounded. And City flying. This is City of old. This is City in their pomp. Pacing apart. Perilous Palace. Check complete. Goal confirmed. Now it's all for Palace to do. They're taking off their number 9. How do you respond if you're Crystal Palace now? Minus ball in. Nothing doing there. Sizing up this. Yeah. Numbers are all off. Palace have to respond. To be honest, I don't know how anymore. They started that first half so well. And we talked about it, we touched on it. That massive moment. Eberechi Eze, around just after the half-hour mark or on the half-hour mark, had that goal. He converted it. Just went early on the run, offside. Minutes later, the foul from Kamada. Goal De Bruyne. Goal Marmoush. Within a minute of the second half, goal Kovacic. It's... Especially if you get City how they're playing today. You miss one half chance. You don't convert something, they will kill you. They're killers. And that's what they did today. We've done so far today. Not game over yet. But a Palace side that has barely conceded on the road this season. Hitting 3. Basically 20 extended minutes. Remarkable. Lacroix finding Munoz, who was the out ball in the opening half. That's going to be a foul on Sarr. Nothing given, though. Marmoush now. This is when he's dangerous. Chris Richards backpedaling. Marmoush. McAtee. Oh. And he's blowing a massive chance. He's had 2 or 3 already in this game. And his first start in the Premier League, he's missed some massive... And Pep is furious. Has to take that chance. He's picked a piece of grass, but no bubble there. That's just a poor finish. Has to get over the ball. Lacroix with an interesting clearance, but it's going to work. Oh, as they're losing his footing. Massive chance missed for McAtee. That could have been game, you thought. As it stands, Palace, the door's still ajar for them. You feel one more goal here for City. It's game, set, match. That one's wrapped up. O'Reilly has his pass broken up by Munoz, who wins the throw. There it is, a live ladder. City into fourth. How a couple of minutes can change things. That's a massive swing. And it's always important, I say, especially with title races and top four races and, you know, these battles, these mini battles in the table, it's always better to playing first. Because the pressure and the onus on the other team later in the week to get that result. Playing first on the weekend, that's pressure on the rest. The trailing pack, Chelsea, Newcastle, Brighton and co. What a turnaround for Man City. Really has felt like City in their pomp. City of 2 or 3 years ago where they'd always find a way to come back, always find moments and build up play. And what we've seen today is incision. I think that's the big thing for them. They haven't been quick or direct like I wanted, but we've seen that incision which Man City have when they're playing at their peak. Gundogan balls in behind. De Bruyne linking the play up well. One-touch stuff from the likes of Mateo Kovacic and company. And it allows likes of McAtee, Marmouche, O'Reilly, Lewis to all get these little runs in behind these pockets of space. If you play precise with the way they try to take the game on Man City, things open up. But it's so important there. You're precise because in the opening 25 minutes they weren't. That's why there was chances of plenty for Crystal Palace. But look at this here. It's pass after pass after pass. Another foul. Will Hughes on Kevin De Bruyne. He's furious. He's got the ball, but I think he's gone through De Bruyne to do it. That's clean. He got the whole ball. He's the referee. I'm not trying to take a bad challenge out the game. That's a good one. That's a foul as well. That's a booking, it looks like. He's been harsh come to start the second half here. Kill it. That's the first poor challenge that we've seen from the Quirrell game, but he's strange the book. Late in conversation. That's probably a booking worthy, but tough on the centre half. Pep wiping away the sweat on their head. I know it's going to be all over socials later this evening. If they manage to lose this game, God help, because that is going to be everywhere. Here's City are. Another free kick. This is what started that dramatic turnaround. Kevin De Bruyne of this dead ball. Eyes darting everywhere. Chipped in ball towards the back post. Met by Marcel Kovacic. Blocked by Wharton. Vardiel's touch heavy. He's run out of grass in the end. Mateta on the bench. Have to be sacrificed for the system, I think, but they now regret that decision because, boy, they would have liked an outball to John Philippe Mateta or a real number 9 out there right now, trailing 3-2. Lewis. Now with Ruben Diaz. It's funny how the roles reverse. Now it's Palace chasing the ball and City playing it around the back. 10 minutes into this second half. Only it took just over 60 seconds for City to score their first. And take the lead in this game. That's a great ball from Edison. Is McAtee onside? He's through. It's McAtee! It's 4-2. And City are running rampant. And they're backflipping at the Etihad. What a pass from Edison. They go over to celebrate with the Brazilian. An exquisite pass from Edison. And a sumptuous take for McAtee to make it 4. And this game's been turned on its head. And that might just be on. Good touch, great second touch. And the third is to find the back of the net. Oh, it's a great second touch getaway from Henderson. And finally, 4th time's the charm from James McAtee, and Pep is loving it. And Edison pump in the sky. It does feel like Man City of old. Edison assisting. And a 4th goal in this one here. Goal confirmed. And off we go again. This is rapidly turning into a bit of a demolition derby. Long ball searching for Ismail Assar, but Edison will come collect. What a turnaround. Foul by Mitchell there on Rico Lewis. What a turnaround from City. It has been special. Maybe that Kevin De Bruyne free kick has just reignited this side and reignited their fight for this season. Because they look dwindling, not only in the opening half an hour of this game, but across the last few weeks. They've not been the City of old in recent matches in the last month or so. This looks more like it. Smashing 4 past one of the best away teams in the land. That says something. "16 attempts, 70% of the ball." That's Pep Guardiola football. Kovacic. Rico Lewis back to Kovacic. And he plays the ball in for Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne will get there. It's Marmoush! What a save from Henderson. Follow him, Gundogan. Oh, blocked by Lacroix. And O'Reilly over. And Henderson demanding more of his side. What a save for him to deny the Egyptian. And this is special football for Man City. Kovacic, inch perfect for De Bruyne, inch perfect to Marmoush. Has to be better with the finish. Gundogan on the follow-up. Well, Lacroix has done fantastically well. It's Kevin De Bruyne everywhere. He has been the instigator, the fire, the spark of this side. Now they're probably hoping he stay another year because he's been a game change in this game here. The Etihad, how the mood has shifted. Here's Gundogan. Here's crossfield ball to find Rico Lewis. to Kevin De Bruyne's feet. Now with Ruben Diaz, and it's all moving quite fluidly now. As I say that, broken up by Ismail Assar. Palace back on the ball. They need to be aggressive. They need to commit numbers. Once again, it's Kevin De Bruyne who's nipping away at the feet of the Palace players. He's the one pressing. He's the one enforcing the intensity on this Palace side. Boy, if they crumbled under the pressure. Warden. The Koalas give it away. Mateo Kovacic. Gonzalez looking for and finding Rico Lewis. Now into the feet of McAtee. He's run that out of play. I mean, on square, Jefferson Lerma hasn't done much wrong today. Replay that goal there. What a ping from Edison. First touch, not bad. Second touch was fabulous. I tell you what, cool and calm under pressure, and you can see Ruben Diaz, Josko Vardiol and company all going to Edison. Congratulate the keeper after a mare for Palace's second. He's made up in a ridiculous long field pass. Maxence Lacroix makes way. He's not done too much wrong today. Tyrick Mitchell's had a quiet one. On comes Klein. And on comes Ben Chilwell. Palace, like they're going to keep their shape. To have Klein as a centre-half now. So only one out-and-out centre-back playing in that central three defenders. De Bruyne. Tricky feed and winning the foul off Lerma. City free kick. Dangerous area. De Bruyne again. Straight into the chest of Eberechi Eze. He's brought down by the Belgian. He's not happy one bit. That face says it all. I think he's wondering what he can possibly do. There's not much he can do, but... Fouls are found. This doesn't look great for Eberechi Eze. I don't know how much content actually was there. I think his day might be done. Looks like it caught just above the ankle and maybe on the side of the shin pad there. He seems to be in some discomfort. Try to get to his feet. Failed to do so. And this would be a double of a loss for Palace. They lose Eze and they lose this game. All right, we're back underway. There's a looking good to go as the Posnan's whipped out in that far corner. You know, City are back when the Posnan's coming out. Now we can change things. Tell you what, it's still a hell of a game. And Palace have contributed to that, nonetheless. Really poor second half an hour to this game. Rampant, ravenous almost, first half an hour. And a quite poor, pathetic second half an hour. Haven't really gone near it. Even in possession. They were playing some great one-touch stuff early on in this game. Haven't been able to retain the ball. City have pressed. City have been intense for once. I think I've said that word for City about them in a long, long time. They've been at the feed the Palace players, making things scrappy and hard. Now Kovacic. That ball away from O'Reilly. Even there. Josko Vardiol getting in ahead of his Malasar. So small 50-50 battles, they make a difference. Marmouche looking to slip into De Bruyne, and Lerma's gone the latest pirouette out of trouble. That's an awful challenge for McAtee and deserving of the yellow card. If they concede 4 goals, been one of the best out there, Lerma. Whoa. It's one hell of a hit. And there's McAtee. Now Edison's going down. Ortega warming up. Been a stop-start second half. Since that, especially since that McAtee goal. Couple injuries. Some uglier football to what we've seen so far in this game. Maybe Edison's day run. Ortega's got the training kit off and he's ready to go. One of those groin injuries. It can happen out of nowhere, I guess, when you're a keeper, especially. See there, played one of the short passes about 5 minutes ago. He's pulled up from that. That's that. Also for Edison. That's had a great run of it this season. That's it. Yep, he's off. And Stefan Ortega will be on in his place. Other news, Chris Wood's back for Nottingham Forest. I've seen the air line up. No Anthony Elanga though, no Ryan Yates on that side. To face off against Everton in the evening afternoon kickoff. Finally get back underway. 20 minutes to play. It feels like the second half is flown by with a little lack of football being played. They have to bring James Garner back into their side. As well as Jack Harrison, Iliman and Dye playing in the wide areas. And of course, Broyo up top, no Beto. So there are a few lineups for the upcoming games. No Beto, no Dwight McNeil in the starting lineup for Everton. No Timo Rubenham from the Arsenal game. 19 and change to play here. Richards finding Eze slipped. Unfortunate time for that as well because he's now turned that over. Chilwell back to mop that one up. As they're hitting the Hollywood pass. Chilwell's flicked header. Just a bit chaotic for Crystal Palace at this point in time. Nothing really conducive to finding a goal back. Ortega's first touch of the ball. City just in cruise control right now. 4-goal turnaround. 2 down to 4, 2 up. To be honest with you, somewhat glad to see City back at their best. It's as much as I am a Man United fan for the Premier League and its product, it's good to have City back. Hope they are back now. Ortega ball flicked on by Gundogan. Now O'Reilly. Back with Ilkay Gundogan. And now Marmoush. Chris Richards forced out of play. O'Reilly's throw. Marmoush crowded out. Richards. Dachi Kamada. It's a foul by Gonzalez on the Japanese international. City winning it back again. Klein this time giving it away. City just hungry without the football today. Much better that department. It's shown Palace haven't really had a sniff of the possession in the second half. Munoz. Adam Morton. That's a lot. Second half attempt, 7 to zip. Palace have literally done nothing. Here's a chance. Chilwell. Looking for Ismail Assar. And the flag is up against number 7. I think he's against Chilwell in the end. The substitution of Jean-Philippe Mateta couldn't have gone down worse the way they conceded literally straight after start of the second half. They really could have done with someone who can hold the ball up because they haven't had a lot of fortune trying to play through City, especially with how well they've pressed second half. So an unfortunate miss out, but in the end, a bad call by Oliver Glasser. Doesn't make many wrong calls, but I think that one's aged quite poorly in the end, especially the way these games that have developed and panned out in the end. Take it to Ruben Diaz. That's broken up by Will Hughes. Bit better from Palace here. Eze. De Bruyne is in there. De Bruyne making challenge after challenge. He's had a hell of a game defensively as well. Ilkay Gundogan. Palace back with numbers, but here's Marmoush. Looking for Gundogan. Oh, just away from the German. And one back by Marmoush again. It's contagious, this counter-pressing for Man City. Gonzalez. So we're in to the last quarter of an hour of this one here. Manic first half. Dominant City second half. Since then, they've been in cruise control for the last 10 or 15 minutes. De Bruyne looking for McAtee. And Lerma just shepherding that one out of play. Haaland less of an agitated figure than last time we saw him. Henderson long, great take from Eze. Now with Sarr. Turn into trouble. City, like a bunch of dogs, they're just hunting. Comes to Nico Rowley just playing. Keep you off. Now Kovacic. Gundogan now with Rico Lewis. McAtee back to Ilkay Gundogan. Continued his run. Back off into the Croatian Kovacic. Gonzalez. Gundogan. What a move. Oh. Where about Munoz? McAtee. It's just flying from City. It's fluid football. It's City at their best right now. One touch, give and go. Have a look, scan, pass. Pass and move type stuff. Gonzalez, McAtee now. Got Chilwell for company. James McAtee dinking. 4-2, O'Reilly. And it's a fabulous 5 for City today. And the young superstar once again proving Pep got her right for getting him into the starting 11. And Palace now all at sea. And City dominant, crushing down on these Eagles. And this is just a sumptuous build-up. As I said, one touch, give and go, pass and move. It's the ball into the box by McAtee. Richard's header falling straight into the wrong hands. And that was on the left foot of the fullback. He's placed that, and it's taken a little bit of a nick, but it's fine. The bottom corner nonetheless. Nothing less than what City deserve in this one. They've been dominant second half. Pep loves it. And so does Kevin De Bruyne and Manchester City. A sense of the inevitable. They've finally got back on track, it feels like today. After the ball fest of the Manchester derby, they've smacked 5 past this Palace side. Rory Elliott check for Crystal Palace, whose hopes of European football might have diminished, been extinguished. What has been a quite poor second half showing. 10 to play. On comes Matheus França and Devaney. Eberechi Eze and a Morton off. Munoz into the Northern Irishman, Devaney. Colombian searching for Ismail Assar. He wins the second ball there. Now with Munoz. Dangerous ball in. Headed away by McAtee doing his defensive duties. Gonzalez the second ball. On back though by Nathaniel Klein. Marmouche pressurising. It's the application for Man City the second half that's been quite admirable. That's a great ball from França. Chilwell. It's offside in the end. Savinho and Oscar Bob tend to the field of play. And Marmouche adds to his Premier League goal tally again. This man is an unstoppable force. 6 Premier League goals for the Egyptian. Another Man City goal scorer, James McAtee off. Good to see Savinho and great to see Oscar Bob back out of the field of play. Pep straight over to James McAtee to give him his congratulations. I'll tell you what, it's going to be a very competitive battle for those wing positions. That's a great ball. Oscar Bob already onto it. Great take as well. It's Bob. Kovacic. Gonzalez. The other substitute, Savinho. Savinho. Now McAtee, Foden. Grealish. Got a lot of talented wide players, and obviously Omar Marmouche. Have the second guess Man City, just third guess, triple guess, because they are such a talented side, and all it takes is restoration of confidence, a bit of form to return, and they can do this to your side. 5-2. Probably worth every single goal today. Look at Savinho in behind. Henderson off his line. But it's when they're playing like this, a little dink balls over the top. Smart balls in behind. Threatening backlines, pressing high up the pitch. That's when they're at their best. Here's Bob. De Bruyne. Back to Bob. I'm just playing around with it now. Let me try the Ole's come out a little bit. Bob. Searching for De Bruyne. Walking away from trouble. Munoz gives it away. City are everywhere. They're swarming. Kovacic. Gundogan. O'Reilly. Now with Savinho. Nutmegs one. Wants it back. O'Reilly back to Josko Vardiol. Approach the last 5 minutes of this one here. It's a procession now for City. Maybe even a sixth for one of those substitutes in particular. Hughes, Devaney. Looking for Matheus França. Oh, and a chance across the face of goal. And Ismail Assar just couldn't bundle it home. One of the best pieces of play we've seen in the second half was the two substitutes linking up. Devaney, what's a great dinked in ball. And Francis got in behind. He's put a good cross in. It just never quite set up at the right height for Sa. Actually, I'll tell you it's a touch, and that's why Ismail Assar couldn't bundle it home. But Crystal Palace corner kick. Brightest move the second half. Then Hughes, his in-swinger. This time, Henderson comes and Lerma's mishit that. Now Hughes. De Bruyne there to stop the cross. There's Grealish and there's Doku. There's even more wing talent to come on. Pep giving them some quite robust conversation before they come on the pitch. Here's Hughes. Another in-swinger. Met at the front post. Devaney has an air swing. And Klein sent that probably the 18th or 20th row. Cue the last few substitutions for the Citizens. And off comes Kevin De Bruyne, who's had himself one of those games yet again. 60 touches. A fantastic goal from a free kick. And I tell you what, he has been the catalyst for this City response. You can't help love the master of Kevin De Bruyne. One of the last times these City fans went to see him at the Etihad. Kovacic also off. In their place comes on the dangerous Jack Grealish and the speedy Jeremy Doku. Quite a few attackers on for City now. Can they find a sixth? Palace just in protection mode right now. I think they have a fair chunk of stoppage time as well, considering the injury to Edison, the knock that Eze picked up. Hooked high. Met by Nico Gonzalez and cleaned up by Ruben Diaz. What does this mean for the table? Now, City will be sitting very happy in fourth place as it stands. And importantly, their goal difference shoots up as well, up to plus 20 now, which is better than Forest, better than Chelsea, and a whole lot clear of Newcastle, Aston Villa, and Fulham. Puts them 2 clear of Chelsea, 2 clear of Newcastle. Newcastle have 2 games at hand rather than 1. And Aston Villa are now 4 behind Man City with their game in hand as well. So a massive result. Massive swing. And for Crystal Palace, doesn't end their chances. 2 points behind Bournemouth, but now in equal games played. Also got that midweek fixture coming up versus Newcastle, which is massive as well. If they lose that, you probably think that's probably their chances of Europe squashed. Top 10 can get it, but you want to be, I think, top 9 if you want to try and book a European spot for next season. I think that just might be out of their reach after a confidence knock like today. But a lot of learning for this Palace side. I think a lot of adjustments as well, how they play against some of these big boys and how they play if they concede a few in a short period of time. They've not done that a lot. Well, actually, at all this season, especially on the road. It's one of the few times this year they've really been put to the sword. I think all the way back to the opening day in Brentford, where in swift moment, Brentford went from almost out of the game to leading and controlling the game. Chilwell in well. He wins that challenge versus Doku. And the pass behind Mateus Francia. Chilwell out of position, so the chance here for Oscar Bob. Dropping it in to Rico Lewis. Offside. There's the 90 through. 7 minutes of stoppages to play. Enough time for another goal, especially if you're someone in sky blue. Munoz continues to fight. He's been good all day. Into the side of Jack Grealish. Didn't take kindly to the challenge. What a weird sort of end to this game this one will be. Give away, though, by Rico Lewis to Devaney. Finding Ben Chilwell. Great footwork to find Matheus França. He's played that out of play. Goodness, this is the times where I think the Premier League to cut these long stoppage times out the game. Yes, if it's close, by all means, count every second, but do what the Serie A and the Liga do, and when the game's done, the game's done. Doku's away for the first challenge. This is where City can be dangerous. And the header just allowed Nathaniel Klein to get back and cover off. Dangerous as ever, though, City. With all the pace up top. Kevin De Bruyne announced as the home side's player of the game, and no one's doubting that. Incredible in this game here. Relentless. Grealish into Savinho. Now to Ilkay Gundogan. Rico Lewis. Now with Oscar Bob. Fancy footwork from the youngster. Past Chilwell. Cut back to Doku. It's blocked. Now falls to Grealish. And the back heel to try and find Savinho was one too many. O'Reilly pressuring well. And Munoz winning the foul. Oscar Bob. Ever dangerous when he comes into the park. That's Phil Foden, who, as much for his talent, is probably one of the least informed players out of these attacking stars. Devaney floats a ball in. That looks like a handball. Referee not fazed by that. VAR's cleared that handball. Doku away from one and away from the next. And that's a Lerma in the book. As I said, I haven't really put a foot wrong today. He just took out Doku. He was done. He wasn't trying to chase back against a speedy Doku. He got away from two past players before that. It does hit Lewis's arm, but he didn't know much about it. Riley's ball cleaned up by Richards. Who over an hour ago put Palace 2-0 ahead. At that point in time, they were in dreamland. Time can change though. Now it's 5-2 to City, and it's all fun and games now for them. Grealish finding Ruben Diaz. Doku now. He's drifted out this right-hand side to join Oscar Bob. City playing without a striker all day long. They've still whacked 5 past the Eagles. No Foden, no Haaland, no Silva, no problem for them. It really has looked like that original Pep Guardiola style. Without a real number 9, you can still get the job done. Precision and incision, probably the key words. 2 words I haven't quite correlated with Man City in 2024-25. Something they've refound today. They refound that bite as well. pressing, energy, enthusiasm, hunt, desire, the lot. Grealish has been found about 4 times since coming on. I tell you what, the more I look at that, it looks like a handball. I think that might be a handball. That won't change the result of the game, but Palace will want a penalty. Chilwell's done well. Skip past 2 or 3. Pass just behind Devaney. He keeps it alive for Wharton. So Hughes, sorry. Munoz. Tez Francia. Ismail Assar holding off his defender. And that's been put out for a Palace corner with 20 seconds to play. Chance for a Palace consolation. Hughes ball. That by Ortega. Gundogan who can hack that ball clear. And that will be that. It was a fabulous fight for Man City in this one. And he trailed 2-0 at the half-hour mark, but it all changed when Kevin De Bruyne slotted that ball into the back of the net for the free kick. A quite ridiculous performance from the Belgian superstar. KDB was back to his best in this one here. Everyone's needed a chip in this game though. McAtee found the score sheet. So did youngster O'Reilly as well. Joining them, Omar Mamouche and Mateo Kovacic as well in a truly 5-star display from the citizens. Felt like Man City evolved. Is this the start of the turnaround for Manchester City? Youth out there, experience out there, but they got it right in this one here. Pep Guardiola's side doing the business in the early kickoff on Saturday. Man City 5, Crystal Palace 2, as Man City keep their hopes of Champions League football alive for next season. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for Super Sunday. We've got a massive game in Serie A, Atalanta and Bologna in the battle for top 4 over there. As it stands though, right now, Man City in the 4th, Palace slip further away from the top 10. City currently in those Champions League positions. Thank you for joining me, guys. I'll see you guys for the live stream podcast or reaction video very, very soon.